how's it going, guys? Stolen here with Raised by Sharks. Today we're going to be talking about the possible new meta coming to Monster Hunter World, starting with the update coming on March 22nd. So I'm sure most of you heard the changes that are coming on March 22nd, as well as deviljho coming, and the spring update coming in April. If you haven't, I'm going to leave a link in the description explaining everything that's going on, but you'll probably be able to pick up on most of what's happening through this video alone. So, on March 22nd, deviljho is coming, but also, more importantly, is a weapon tuning balance. So, Charge Blade was a little bit overpowered, and it was kind of the meta for the endgame type stuff, but Charge Blade is actually going to be getting a slight net nerf. So, they're nerfing one type of attack, but buffing the other type. I'm not going to get too into it. Basically, overall, Charge Blade is getting a slight net nerf across the weapon, whereas most of the other weapons are getting slight buffs. And in my opinion, the buff coming to greatsword is actually the biggest of them all, because it makes more than one type of charge attack viable and also increases damage for just charge attack straight up that I'm sure a lot of regular hunters were using on a daily basis. So the charge attack level 2 and 3 for the base charge attack and for the strong charge are getting buffed. Even if it's only by a little bit, that's actually a big difference for a greatsword user. So on top of greatsword just getting that buff, we're also getting a new greatsword coming at the start of the spring update on April 6th. The beginning of the Spring Blossom Fest is going to be bringing you the new greatsword called the Wyvern Ignition. You're going to do an event quest to unlock it, and it's the Community Design Contest greatsword. But what we've seen in the stream is it has an attack of 1066, white sharpness, that's base, it doesn't need to be handicrafted in, it's just base white sharpness, and negative 10 affinity. Now, we don't know if those stats, aside from the white sharpness, are affected by, armor skills or meal or whatever, but overall, at worst, the greatsword's still over 1,000 damage, and probably sitting still around negative 10 to negative 20 affinity, but with that base white sharpness, and we know there is no element on it. So no matter what, this greatsword is the strongest greatsword in the game, even though it can't be slotted with any jewels, and we don't know the rarity. We already can tell, based on true roll calculators, that this will be the strongest greatsword in the game. For reference, I took that greatsword, estimated myself what I think the actual stats would be minus the equipment on the guy in the video, such as Nergigante gauntlets, and I estimated the final attack with the greatsword build that I actually have on my channel right now, the final attack to be about 435-ish. Now, that's just an estimation, but 435 final attack is actually pretty insane, considering that's about a 10% increase over the final attack on that build that I posted. A 10% increase on top of the buff to the weapon in general is actually a really sizable amount. That means that if you're going from that old build prior to the buff to this new build after the buff, you're going to be killing monsters about 12% quicker. Now, that's not countering extra times you stagger them without getting hit and stuff like that. I mean, this weapon is going to be an absolute beast after this update. Now, of course, we don't know what the deviljho weapons will be like. We've just seen pictures of them, and we don't know what their stats are going to be. For all we know, the deviljho greatsword could be stronger than that. There could be a deviljho sword and shield that blows everything away, combined with their buff to the round slash. But overall, looking at everything we could see so far with the buffs to the weapons and the weapons that are coming, this is our best guess on what the new meta is going to be, and it's going to be greatsword. And it's not even going to require anything specific like it used to keep greatsword up in the charge blade caliber of using true charge with insanely high damage stacking. This is just going to be like the average player is going to be able to make decent builds that are going to be top tier with greatsword, and the elite players are all probably going to be switching over to greatsword builds. Now, obviously, that doesn't mean that other weapons aren't going to be viable, especially after the buffs, and especially with new weapons coming. We can't say 100% for certain that this will be the best. This is just our best guess. Now, let us know in the comments below what you think is going to be coming out of this buff and what you think is going to be coming from the weapons. But overall, this is what we think is going to happen. If you like what you saw, please like and subscribe to Raised by Sharks. When deviljho comes out fully, we're going to be putting out a video of him and all of his weapons, as well as a review of them all. So you have that to look forward to. That's all we have for now, guys. Thanks for watching.